Have you ever noticed that the moment you stop caring, that's when everyone starts talking the most? They don't whisper when you're struggling, they don't gossip when you're hurting, they chatter endlessly when you finally step back. And that chosen one is the precise moment you win without them even realizing it. Right from the start, I want you to understand something: you are not here by accident. You are a chosen one. Every trial you've endured, every moment of feeling overlooked or misunderstood, every challenge that pushed you to your limits, these are not coincidences. You've been observed, tested, and refined, and it's all part of a greater design that only you can navigate. Your journey is a testament to resilience, a living proof of inner strength that most will never fully grasp. And here's where it gets fascinating. There is a power hidden in silence, a strategic force that most people completely overlook. When you refuse to react, when you refuse to engage in petty disputes or endless drama, something extraordinary happens. Curiosity sparks. People lean in. They speculate, they whisper, and all of it occurs because you chose to preserve your energy instead of giving it away. By simply holding your peace, you begin to control the narrative, subtly shifting influence back into your hands. Your quiet becomes louder than any argument could ever be. Think about your life right now. In the office, when you stop defending yourself against every subtle jab or rumor, suddenly your colleagues start noticing your composure. At home, when you refuse to validate every criticism or expectation from family members, their perception shifts. They see the power you hold in maintaining your boundaries. Online, when you disengage from endless social media debates, suddenly your presence feels weightier. Your absence makes people pay attention. The world starts reacting not because you've changed your values, but because you've mastered how to protect your energy. And here's the true liberation: you are no longer being pulled into games that were never yours to play. You are observing the chaos, the manipulations, the patterns of others from a vantage point they cannot reach. This is empowerment at its purest form. When you realize that their attempts to control you now bounce off your awareness, there is a subtle thrill, a satisfaction that comes from understanding that your silence is your strategy, your stillness, your shield, and your detachment, your statement. But this is just the beginning. In this message, we're going deeper. We'll uncover why choosing not to care, why embracing the art of DGAF is not only a survival tactic, but a secret weapon. We'll explore how your indifference can be a force that protects your spirit, enhances your focus, and even commands respect without a single word spoken. We'll reveal how to defend your energy, maintain clarity, and rise above the drama while still engaging meaningfully with the world that truly matters. By the end of this journey, you'll understand that being a chosen one isn't about doing more. It's about knowing when to withdraw, when to hold your peace, and when to let the world witness the power of your quiet mastery. You'll leave with not just insight, but the tools to navigate every conversation, every challenge, and every subtle attack with a calm that unsettles those who underestimated you. The feeling you'll experience while watching this is unmistakable curiosity, excitement, and a sense of quiet triumph. You'll begin to recognize the unspoken truth about your influence, the secret advantage you've always carried, and the empowering reality that you are untouchable, not because you fight harder, but because you choose smarter. When you finally pull back, when you stop feeding the noise, something fascinating happens. People start talking. Why? It's psychology, plain and simple. Experts call it reactance, the instinctive human drive to desire what is no longer accessible. When you retract your attention, when you refuse to be baited, those around you can't help but fixate. Suddenly, your silence becomes the hottest topic in every room, every conversation, every private circle. The truth is, your withdrawal doesn't leave them indifferent. It unsettles them, sparks curiosity, and ignites speculation. Here's the deeper reality. Chosen one. Your ability to DGF wasn't something that simply appeared overnight. It wasn't a casual decision made on a quiet morning. No, you were pushed to your limits. Repeated betrayals, ongoing misunderstandings, and moments of deep disappointment shaped this detachment. Every time someone failed to recognize your effort, every time your kindness was twisted, every attempt at peace met with resistance, it all compounded until indifference became your only shield, your survival strategy. This is not apathy born of weakness. It's strength forged in fire. And now observe the patterns that emerge in others. Those who once thrived on controlling you, subtle manipulators, passive aggressors, and hidden critics, suddenly find themselves powerless. When you were still bending, explaining, and proving yourself, they felt in control. They whispered critiques behind closed doors, tested your boundaries, and thrived on the drama they could provoke. But when you step back, when you stop playing their game, their authority vanishes. They have no reactions to manipulate, no energy to siphon, no leverage left. That's why they start talking. They're trying to reclaim control. They no longer possess, trying to make sense of a presence that refuses to respond the way it once did. Let's make this personal. Think about your work environment. Colleagues who once questioned every choice you made now gossip about the decisions you no longer justify. In family dynamics, relatives who enjoyed nudging or criticizing you find your calm disarming. Even on social media, your refusal to engage with petty debates or endless commentary turns observers into silent analysts, dissecting every post and every subtle action. The moment you stop feeding the chaos turns inward, reflecting the imbalance of their dependence on your reactions. So what can you take away from this right here, right now? First, stop explaining yourself unnecessarily. You don't owe anyone an interpretation of your choices, your boundaries, or your growth. The moment you accept that, you reclaim control over your energy. Second, discern who deserves your attention. Some people are genuinely aligned with your journey. They support, they respect, they grow alongside you. Others simply want to manipulate, provoke, or drain you. Recognizing the difference is not just wisdom, it's a survival tactic. This lesson translates directly into daily life for someone over 35 navigating work, family, and social obligations. You no longer have the time, energy, or patience for those who seek to exploit your focus or test your boundaries. By observing rather than reacting, by holding your peace, you gain clarity about who truly belongs in your inner circle. You gain freedom from unnecessary drama and from the mental clutter of trying to justify your existence to everyone around you. And here's the satisfying part. There's a subtle, almost silent thrill in watching those who sought to control you scramble when they realize they no longer can. That feeling is pure empowerment. It's the confirmation that you are no longer a participant in the games designed to weaken you. You are an observer, a force that cannot be coerced, manipulated, or distracted. Every whispered speculation, every gossiping conversation, every second they spend trying to understand your absence only reinforces the truth. Your power lies in your detachment. By understanding this, chosen one, you gain more than insight, you gain sovereignty. You understand the psychology of human behavior, you know the value of your energy, and you reclaim your narrative without speaking a single word. Your silence becomes a shield, your indifference a weapon, and your focus a beacon for those who truly matter. That's the satisfaction, the hurl of haughty glee, and the clarity that comes from seeing your influence ripple without effort. There comes a moment, chosen one, when indifference stops being a passive choice and becomes a weapon of unmatched precision. When you stop reacting to every jab, every opinion, every attempt to manipulate, you seize something far more valuable than fleeting victories. You reclaim control over your energy, your time, and your mind. That in itself is power. Those who once tried to shape you, provoke you, or drain you suddenly find the game has shifted. You are no longer the participant they are. DGAF is not about coldness, it is strategic mastery. The moment you stop over-explaining, defending, or bending to satisfy others, you remove the leverage they once held over you. Without your energy fueling their drama, the illusion of control evaporates. Your silence, your detachment, your refusal to engage, these become tools that demonstrate authority without a single word. And as they scramble to regain influence, you watch from a higher plane, unshaken, steady, and aware. Now let's translate this into practical steps you can apply today. First, set clear boundaries. Identify the relationship, situations, and environments that consume your energy without giving anything meaningful in return. Make your limits known not as a threat, but as a natural consequence of valuing your own well-being. Boundaries protect your mental and emotional currency. They are the invisible force field that allows you to navigate life on your terms. Second, invest your energy wisely. Focus on projects, people, and experiences that bring genuine growth, joy, and alignment with your purpose. The energy you preserve is not just for survival. It's for creation, influence, and the cultivation of your own legacy. By consciously choosing where to place your attention, you transform what others see as detachment into a magnetic force that draws respect and admiration naturally. Third, practice strategic silence. Not all battles deserve your voice. Not all provocations merit a reaction. In offices, families, or social circles, refusing to engage in petty disputes often exposes the true character of others. The colleague who thrives on gossip, the relative who tests your patience, the friend who tries to provoke you, they reveal themselves when you remain calm, collected, and deliberately quiet. In doing so, your absence of reaction becomes a mirror showing them the futility of their manipulations. Consider the workplace scenario. A colleague tries to bait you into conflict over a trivial matter. You remain silent, address only what is necessary, and redirect your energy to meaningful tasks. Suddenly, their attempt to undermine you fails. Their frustration becomes obvious to everyone, and your influence grows quietly but undeniably. In family dynamics, when relatives attempt to provoke your calm and non-participation forces them to confront their own behavior, they begin to realize that the old strategies of control no longer work. The long-term impact of mastering this approach is profound. Respect flows naturally toward you, not because you demand it, not because you show off, but because your energy, your attention, and your presence have weight. People notice when someone carries themselves with quiet confidence, when they operate without reaction but with precision. This combination of power, composure, and strategic detachment commands respect, earns admiration, and even inspires a subtle fear, because those who thrived on manipulating you now know they cannot. And here's the subtle thrill. Chosen one, the more you embrace this mastery, the more others reveal themselves. The manipulator, the critic, the gossip, they expose themselves voluntarily just by interacting with you. You no longer need to prove anything. Your discipline becomes proof. Your calm, your focus, and your refusal to bend make a statement louder than any argument, louder than any drama. This is what empowerment feels like. You begin to walk through life unshakable, intentional, and deliberate, knowing that your energy is yours alone. Every act of restraint, every moment of strategic silence, every boundary enforced with quiet confidence reinforces your sovereignty. You are no longer reactive. You are deliberate. You are no longer controlled. You are masterful. By the end of this practice, you will not only preserve your peace, you will amplify your influence. Those who once underestimated you will take notice. Those who tried to provoke will respect the unshakable core you've cultivated. And most importantly, you will finally understand that your indifference is not apathy, it is power, a weapon that protects your spirit and elevates your presence. There is a profound truth that few realize. Chosen one, indifference is not coldness, it is healing. When you stop reacting to the noise, when you refuse to bend to the endless expectations and manipulations of others, you are not detaching out of bitterness. You are detaching because your spirit has grown resilient. Your calm is no longer a temporary shield. It is a signal of a soul that has been tempered by fire and has emerged whole. That silence you wield is a declaration: I am aligned with my truth and I will no longer bleed energy into illusions or chaos. This is not just strategy, it is inner liberation. When you accept that your worth is inherent, that your peace is non-negotiable, you begin to perceive the world through a higher lens. The frustrations, betrayals, and manipulations you once allowed to steal your energy now become mirrors for others, reflecting their inability to control, define, or diminish you. Your indifference no longer feels like a withdrawal, it becomes a space of strength where emotional balance and clarity reign. There is a deeper layer to this one that transcends human reasoning: faith in cosmic justice and divine order. When you understand that every challenge, every injustice, every slight has its place in the tapestry of your growth, the need for revenge evaporates. You do not have to justify yourself, correct every misperception, or seek validation from those who would never understand. You trust that the universe or God has a way of revealing truth in its own time. Your energy is no longer tethered to timelines, expectations, or opinions. It is sovereign, aligned, and unstoppable. Here's the liberating realization: you do not need everyone to understand you. People who have sought to manipulate, control, or provoke will always interpret your actions through the lens of their agenda. Their misunderstanding is not a reflection of your value, it is evidence of their need for control. Once you release the pressure to be seen, once you no longer chase approval or explanations, you gain freedom that no argument, no confrontation, and no validation can ever give. What once felt like injustice now becomes your liberation. So how do you anchor this freedom in everyday life? Begin by choosing where and with whom you invest your energy. Devote yourself to relationships that nurture growth: family members, friends, colleagues, or communities that are authentic, supportive, and aligned with your values. Let go of connections that thrive on chaos, manipulation, or constant testing of your patience. Your energy is too precious to waste on those who cannot meet it with respect or reciprocity. Next, craft an environment that supports your ascension. This could be your workspace, your home, your social circles, or even your digital spaces. Surround yourself with clarity, inspiration, and positivity. Remove distractions that feed drama, gossip, or low-frequency energy. In doing so, you are not isolating yourself, you are creating a fertile ground for your growth where your creativity, wisdom, and influence can flourish unimpeded. And then there is the daily practice of strategic detachment. When someone attempts to provoke, manipulate, or misrepresent you, resist the urge to respond immediately. Observe, listen. Let your silence speak volumes. The world begins to respect that which it cannot control. Those who once sought to exploit your energy are now confronted with a truth they cannot bend. You are self-governing, your peace is sacred, and your influence cannot be stolen. The emotional payoff is profound. You feel light, elevated, and secure in a way that no external validation could ever provide. You are no longer a participant in other people's dramas. You are the observer, the sovereign force, the steady presence that reshapes energy simply by existing. Every misinterpretation becomes a shield, every misunderstanding a gateway to freedom. You move through the world with a grace and authority that inspires respect without effort. In this space, chosen one, you experience true liberation, the sense that your life belongs to you and you alone, that your energy cannot be stolen, and that your inner clarity is untouchable. You are elevated above petty conflict, above the noise, and above the projections of those who have yet to claim their own sovereignty. This is empowerment in its purest form, where peace is power and detachment is the key that unlocks a life of intentional influence, spiritual alignment, and unstoppable momentum. By embracing indifference as healing, not detachment, and by aligning with a higher order of justice and truth, you step into a realm of clarity and liberation. You no longer react to the chaos of the world. You guide your own journey, cultivate your own spaces, and protect the precious currency of your energy. In this state, the chosen one realizes freedom is not found in the world's approval. It is found in the sanctuary of your own unwavering spirit. Now, chosen one, let's pause and recognize the truth you've been living all along. You exist. You endure and you thrive because of a strength that is entirely your own. You have been tempered in the fires of life, refined through challenges and sharpened by experiences that would have broken most. Your victory is not visible in applause or approval. It is quiet, profound, and unassailable, rooted in your inner resilience, clarity, and unwavering integrity. Every trial you faced, every betrayal you endured, every subtle test of your patience has contributed to a foundation no one can shake. You are unconquerable because your power comes from within, not from the opinions of others. What then are the lessons you carry forward? First, you no longer need validation from anyone else. The world may try to measure you, to define your worth, or to manipulate your energy. But you've learned that approval is neither currency nor necessity. You are already enough. Your worth was never contingent on others' perceptions. And your path no longer bends to accommodate the doubts, fears, or insecurities of anyone who cannot honor your journey. By releasing the need for external affirmation, you reclaim control over your life and your destiny. Second, every obstacle, every pressure, every act of betrayal is not merely an ordeal. It is a training ground for your inner strength. These experiences were never designed to destroy you. They were designed to teach you endurance, cultivate clarity, and reveal the depth of your resilience. When you face adversity and choose detachment instead of reaction, when you practice strategic silence rather than engagement in chaos, you are actively building a power that others cannot manipulate. Your calm is not passivity, it is mastery. Your DGAF is not weakness, it is precision. Each moment of non-reaction reinforces your sovereignty and expands your capacity to act with intention. Third, understand that your silence and selective detachment are strategies, not signs of limitation. By stepping out of the games others attempt to pull you into, you demonstrate strength without needing to fight every battle. Your energy is protected, your vision is preserved, and your focus remains on what truly matters. In this way, you lead not through conflict, but through the quiet authority of presence, purpose, and wisdom. And now, chosen one, consider your place in the wider world. You are part of a community of individuals who recognize their own power, integrity, and purpose. You are not alone. Each of us here is a witness to the unseen victories of those who rise above manipulation, drama, and unnecessary conflict. Stand tall in this knowledge, you are a chosen one. Stand, shine, and exert your influence in ways that elevate not just yourself, but the world around you. Your actions ripple beyond your immediate life. Your energy, your discernment, and your mastery inspire those who are awake enough to see and challenge those who are not. So as you step forward from this space, I invite you to engage with the community in meaningful ways. Like this video if it resonates with your journey. Share your story or insight in the comments so that your experience empowers others who are walking the same path. Subscribe to continue exploring these messages and to stay connected to guidance that illuminates the ways to protect your energy. Sharpen your clarity and cultivate unshakable strength. And as we part for now, remember this: your empowerment is not performative. It is real, grounded in your experiences and fully within your control. Your self-mastery is your shield, your clarity, your compass, and your presence a force that reshapes the spaces you inhabit. Walk forward with confidence, chosen one, and carry this truth into every conversation, every decision, and every silent moment of observation. Know that the energy you hold is yours to protect, yours to wield, and yours to expand. In closing, step into your power with intention. Move with the calm of someone who has endured and emerged stronger. Let your presence speak for itself. Inspire, uplift, and maintain the quiet mastery that cannot be challenged. And know this, the lessons are yours, the victories are yours, and the life you build from here is beyond the reach of those who once sought to define you. Thank you for being here, for being steadfast, and for embracing the path of the chosen ones. Stand, shine, and rise. Your energy matters, your story matters, and your freedom is unstoppable.